Well, good morning, Etechians. This is Mr. Kinney, and this is just a brief directions for how to make a simple electromagnet. You need to kind of understand the idea before we go and make our motors. So, there you go. Copper wire, like a nail or a bolt, and a battery. Okay, lesson done. So, let's zoom out so we get some area there. And now let's see. Oh, that's kind of distracting to have that behind us here. Let's put this on the base. Actually, boy, that's even more distracting. You know, a thing of beauty is a joy forever, and a periodic table is beautiful. I want to draw your eye to these three right here: iron, cobalt, and nickel. Those are the only three elements that in nature can naturally occurring elements that are magnetic, and it's really cool. They're right next to each other in the periodic table. They're transition metals. That's what this blue area is. And if you look, they're in the old group 8B, and the first ones in this in group 8B, iron, cobalt, and nickel, are metals that can conduct electricity. And I think I might have showed you before, there is a bar magnet called an alnico magnet. Al for aluminum, makes it a little bit lighter because aluminum is a fairly light metal, and they mix it together making an alloy with nickel and cobalt. So they call these alnico magnets. Kind of cool. And they use these again, I think I talked about before, but they'll use these a lot of times. They'll have cattle swallow these, and it'll keep pieces of metal and stuff that they ingest from going through their guts. Whoa! Okay, that dropped, but we'll get that later. Now let's get something a little less distracting as a background. There we go, Etech1. So the materials for this, you're going to have some type of a nail, or I think today we have bolts. This is just something I pulled out. You're going to have a copper wire. Now you can use copper wire. It can be wrapped as well, but this one I think it just the unwrapped copper wire gets it closer to the core. And then you need a battery. Okay, so those are the. Oh, let me get that adjusted so you can actually see them. There you go. Okay, so those are the three materials. Now it's real simple to do this today. Now you got to be careful though. Assuming you've got a good battery, you can burn yourself. So they get pretty hot. When you're holding this together, your fingers can get burned. So what you're going to do is in your kits, you'll have two setups per group. Zoom out here a little bit more. Now, when you start wrapping this, you need to leave enough of the lead sticking out so you can hold your battery to it. And then what you're going to do is you're just going to wrap it around here as many times as you can. That still gives you enough leads out here so you can connect it to your battery. Now let's see. Nothing happening there. And according, remember, when we hook this up to the battery, we're going to get we're going to get electric current flowing through. This is going to act like a resistor and get warm, and actually the whole piece of copper will too. So when you're holding it there, your hand's going to get hot too. So just be careful. So I'm testing it here. Okay, there's no reaction down there with that. And now when you hook this up to the battery, like that, now you got to do it fairly quickly. Take a look here. All right, see, I'm picking up the materials. Now I'm starting to feel on the plus end of the battery, I'm starting to feel some warmth. So you got to be careful not to burn yourself. Now I'm going to let go of this. So there you go, an electromagnet, real simple electromagnet, and just don't burn yourselves with it. Thank you, ladies, for the delivery. Appreciate it. Okay. So now when you're all done and you've had a chance to do this, now this isn't a big fancy deal, but it's going to help us when we make our electric motors next week, so you kind of understand the concept. Now, when you're done, what you need to do is you need to unwrap these like this, because we don't want to have the real coil tendency to it. I'll show you what I mean here. So we go like this. This will leave the wire, pretty much ready for the next use. If you just straighten it out, try to pull it apart, you're going to have all these coils, and then you get kinks. And so what we need you to do is just unwrap it like this, and it's going to leave the wire in pretty good shape for us, okay? So thank you again. Just be careful. If you got a really strong battery, you can warm yourself up. And we just want to see, oh yeah, that when we do have this battery set up, those coils going around, you get electricity flowing like this, and using your right hand, the magnetic field is going to be going this way. So it's kind of a cool application of the right hand thumb rule, and also of how you can induce a magnet with electrons. That's it. Goodbye. Cut.